What happened, the lead up to it was that I was actually sleeping. I was having a siesta. I'd had like a long lunch. I was a bit drunk. I had like probably about 4 or 5 beers at lunch. And Carrier kicks me and wakes me up, and I was just sleeping down underneath his house, like kind of like in his little den. And he kicks us and he goes, like, the wind's just gone offshore and the Nor's pumping. I'm like, fuck, I don't have my vest. Like, you know, since the accident when I fractured my skull, I don't even know which way's up anyway. So I'm tired, I'm a little bit drunk, I'm disabled. And he hands me this purple 9.6. And he's like, fuck, we're on, we're going to head to Lenore, we're going to head to Lenore. And I'm like, fuck, I'm looking around for a leash and I just pick up like a comp leash for this 9.6. It's just nothing, I'm so unprepared. And I paddle out the shore, and it's crowded, there's people everywhere. And I didn't even get out of the shore, I was like a fucking baby turtle. I remember just the shore blowing us up, washing me up the beach, and I was just like, fuck, this is going to end in disaster. It's like another trip with Carrier, like, but you can't say no to him, you know. It's like if you ever want to keep riding with him, or you want to keep staying at his house, you just can't say no. So it's the start, like, of the basis of that's your accommodation. That's how you pay your rents. Like, if he comes up with a concept or an idea, you can't say no. And I remember getting out, like I finally got out. And there was like, Kolohe was with his dad on a ski, and there was a bunch of skis towing. And I got like 2 or 3 really fun ones, and I started to get super confident. And I hadn't mapped it, like it was a really long period swell, so every half an hour I was like, fuck, well, I didn't know at that stage, but there was a couple of like 15, maybe 18 footers coming through every half an hour. And I started to get confident and just started hanging on this inside bowl. And then the next thing you see as the horizon just goes black, like. And I remember Scarring and Jeremy and Sam, like, they were already over it, like they were so far off the top of the peak. And I remember going, like, thinking, paddling up the face, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna make it. So the only way I'm gonna do is like get the tail and push the tail through, but just due to my like sleepiness and still a little bit drunk, my reaction time wasn't that spot on. So I tried to push the tail through, but I got stuck and was hanging on to it. So I was like, you know, those like baby kids in a with a kickboard in a pool, like kicking. I remember kicking, still hanging on, going, is this the time to push through? And then going, no, I've left it too late. Maybe I should hang it out, like, and hold on to it. And I remember just kicking, just upside down in this thing. Free fell, like just weightlessness, and then just blew into pieces, like got winded straight away, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna drown for sure. And then that fearfulness, because the only way that I ever get back to the surface is like climbing back on the leg rope, and then I just feel that ping when that thing goes. It was like, I don't even think it actually even got to where the wave broke before the leg rope snapped. And I was underwater, like I was in trouble, like it doesn't. And that's the gnarly thing about this place, is like it doesn't spit you out anywhere. It just traps you, regurgitates you, and then the next one does exactly the same thing. So I came up, and it was such a big set. There was only 3, luckily. I was under for 2, and I come back to the surface, and there's foam and everything. And I was like, I was genuinely like in a bit of trouble. And I was so far out still, because that set broke so far out that I was like, fuck, there's no way I'm getting ashore. And I couldn't go back in through the lineup. So I started swimming back out to sea, and I was like, I'll come in, even if I have to come in at Caboton and go past it. And I'm like, I was certain that board, as big as what it was, would have got washed through, like it would have got washed into the channel or washed into the beach. And so I'm out at sea, and like Sam and that don't know where I am, because I got washed away, but I thought, I'm not paddling anywhere near the lineup, so I just scurried, like, and went out myself, and like I said, was going to come in at Caboton. And then about 10 minutes later, there's a helicopter. There's like a chopper, and I'm like, oh fuck, like that's not for me. It couldn't have been launched that quick. So I'm like, it can't be this helicopter. I'm like, fuck, that's not for me. So this helicopter's come and sort of hovering over, and I'm like going like thumbs up to the guy. I'm like, I'm sweet, like I could swim for days, you know, like I just want to get through there. And I'm fucking like thumbs up for him to keep going. And then so the chopper sort of circled, it's gone back around Caboton, it's come back around, and I'm still like, every time I'm mixing up my strokes because it's so far. I'm like, I don't want I don't want to waste my energy, so I'm doing a little bit of backstroke, and it would have looked like I was drowning. Like I'm not, you know, my coordination isn't at the highest level as it is, and I would have been floundering. So the chopper's still sort of sniffing around, and I'm like, no, I'm sweet. Like I'm just fucking out here. It's Sunday. I'm taking my time. It's fucking sun's out. I'm fine. And I get to shore just before the rocks into the entrance at Cabraton, probably 30 minutes, I reckon, and then. I walked back up the beach and I got my leash, and Carrier's already in by this time. She was a bit worried about me after about half an hour out there. And his wife, Iona, and my wife's on the beach. I'm like, I'm fine. Like I said, I was, you know, once I got past that and I got out of the lineup. And then I said to Sam, I'm like, fuck, have you seen your board? And I kind of was like to drag him in it, like he was half responsible. Going, where's your board, mate? Like, even though, because I was like, I couldn't find it, right? It wasn't anywhere, and then the lifeguards kind of came up and they were chatting to us a little bit, and I was sort of lost in translation. I couldn't figure out what they were doing, and Carrier told me, Carrier's like, mate, they'll try and charge you for the rescue. So I just quickly did the math and just went, well, how much is your board? Like, how much will I owe you for your 9.6? He's like, oh, you know, it's heavily glassed, like €1,000. I'm like, what about the chopper? How much is that? Because I was either going to go to two options, either pay off the helicopter, and he's like, it could be like €6,000. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll pay for your board, like, let's just forget about it. And then, anyway, so I went home, I obviously didn't pay him, like I was still owing the €1,000. I left the country, got away with it. And then about fucking 3 months later, he gets a phone call that someone has fucking found his board. And he's just like, fuck, where did you know, like, I thought it washed in Spain, but they're saying a fisherman found it. They're saying a fisherman. So Sam's side of the story is a fisherman found it out to sea. And Sam had to go back and negotiate, but at the same time, Sam had to leave it long enough so hopefully the lifeguards had forgotten, so he didn't have to fit the bill for the rescue. But unfortunately, it turns out that same time a boat had capsized in Cabraton, so the helicopter was sent out for there, but they were looking to pin that rescue on someone. So Sam had to negotiate whether whether he was going to have to pay it or go and pick up his. So it was constant, you know, whether we're going to get charged for this, or do you want your 9.6 back, or do I just buy you a new one? Like, we were sort of in this period, but about 3 months, and yeah, he got it back. Samos, he got it back. So a fisherman found it off the back at Cabraton, like a couple, I don't know, months later. And they recognised the name on the board, like Sam Carrier, like they recognised, he's got a bit of a profile around here, and they recognised the board. So they brought it back, and someone's like, you've got this 9.6, it's got fucking barnacles on it, there's shit growing on the bottom of it, but he's found this thing back at sea. So he went and picked the board back up, and hence, he didn't get charged for the helicopter rescue. I didn't get charged for the board. But the moral of the story is, if in doubt, don't go out. It was just my day's done. Like, I just was the most humbling experience. It's just, we're not 20 anymore, and there's no reason to do that. I didn't enjoy it at all. Like, there's nothing to prove anymore. Like, I'm 40 years old. Like I said, I'm disabled. The moral of the story is just, you're done. Like, just find a left shore, you go and surf the harbour or somewhere. It's 2 foot on a mini mal and just wrap it up.